name is Sasina Dokulab. In today's lesson, we're gonna learn all about factoring. Factoring in the math operation is something you do to a number. Now with the other math operation you done so far, you get two or more number to talk with. But with factoring, you only get one number. That because factoring is like being given the answer to multiplication problem and then having to think out what that problem was, so you can think of factoring as and multiplying. When you multiply, you take two numbers and multiply them together to get one number. And when you factor, you take one number and figure out what two numbers you could multiply together to get that number. For example, let's say you ask to factor the number 10. Now that means that you need to figure out what number you could multiply together to get 10. If you know your multiplication table, you will remember that 2 times 5 equals 10. That means that 2 and 5 are factors of 10. Factors are just the parts of a multiplication problem, and factoring is figure out what two parts are. I'm sure some of you are wondering, why would I ever want to factor a number? Now that's a good question, and I have a good answer. Factoring can make solving some math problem easy. For example, factoring is really useful for simplifying fractions. By breaking a number up into each factor, you can sometimes cancel out factors that are really needed. For now taught, you just need to learn what factoring is and how to do it. So let's see another example. Let's factor the number 24. For this one, I think I will use my multiplication table. Let's see here. Alright, well, 4 times 6 is 24, so that means that 4 and 6 are factors of 24. Now hold on, I'm sure some of you have seen that 3 times 8 is also 24. And that's true. We could have decided to factor 24 into 3 times 8 instead. So rid of the factor is like it is 4 and 6 or 3 and 8. Actually, that's both right. There can be more than one way to factor a number. That's one of the things that might make factoring a little confusing at first. You used to having just one right answer, because when you add, subtract, multiply, or divide, there is just one right answer. But when you factor or multiply a number, you might find that there are more than one correct way you can do it. So we can see that the number 24 has quite a few factors. 4 is a factor, 6 is a factor, 3 is a factor, and 8 is a factor. The fact that each of these numbers is a factor of 24 means that each of them can divide evenly into 24. And when I say divide evenly, I mean that it will divide in without a remainder. For example, if you take our first factor 4 and divide it into 24 using a calculator, our answer will be 6. 4 divided into 24 6 times with no remainder. But that if you try to divide 24 by a number that isn't one of our factors, like the number 7. If we try 24 divided by 7 on a calculator, we get 3.42857 blah 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 along decimal number. That is divided in evenly because that a big remainder. What we just did are called testing for divisibility. Testing for divisibility is a way to find out if a number is a factor of another number. With the test we just did, we confirm that 4 is a factor of 24, but 7 is not. Sometimes you may be asked to find out the factor of a number. If that happens, you can use testing for divisibility to solve the problems. To see how it works, let's try to find all the factors for 24. We already know 4 of them, but there are a lot more numbers we can test. Fortunately, we only need to test numbers that are less than half of the number we testing. And since half of 24 is 12, we just need to test the number 1 to 12. To keep things organized, let's list the number we are gonna test. And we'll circle the factor that we already know 3, 4, 6, and 8. We can also cut out the 7 side. We already tested it and found out it wasn't a factor. Okay, now for the number we haven't tested yet, let's start with 1. Well, of course, 1 is a factor because 1 will divide evenly into any whole number. So 1 is always a factor. And since 1 is a factor, then that means 24 is also a factor because 1 times 24 equals 24. It may seem rare that a number is always a factor of itself, but it's true. Knowing that helps you get started, let's think the factor because you can always include 1 and the number itself. Now let's move on and test 2. If we divide 24 by 2, we get 12. So yes, 2 is a factor because it divides evenly. You can factor 24 into 2 times 12. That means that we can also circle 12 as a factor of 24. So anytime you do a divisibility test and the number you are checking pass the test, then the answer you get from dividing will also pass the test. It will also be a factor. That will speed things up because we know we don't have to test 12. Okay, let's move on the next number. We have been checked 5. 24 divided by 5 equals 4.8. Will that divide evenly because our answer is a decimal number? That means that 5 is not a factor of 24. Next, we'll try 9. 24 divided by 9 equals 2.6666. That definitely not a factor. Okay, how about 10? 24 divided by 10 equals 2.4. No, that's a decimal number, so 10 is not a factor. It looks like the last one we have to try is 11. 24 divided by 11 equals 2.181818. That's not a factor either. Alright, so we tested all the numbers that we list. We have found all of its possible factors, and they are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 12, and 24. Now, I know that might seem like a lot of work, but fortunately, you probably won't have to do many of truth problems. The important thing is just to know what factoring is and how you can use testing for divisibility to help you find factors. Alright, that warm up this lesson. But actually doing math is the best way to learn it. Be sure to try the exercise problem for this section. Thank you.